starting to just kind of tune in to your environment and the surroundings. So notice the feeling of wherever you're at, the sounds, the air, and really just feeling it and embracing it all as part of the class, part of the experience. Take a moment to just remind yourself of something you're grateful for. Maybe set an intention for class before we start. And then when you're ready, just slowly open up your eyes, and we're going to come into a child's pose. So just making our way to the center of the mat, taking the knees out wide, your big toes together. Stretch your arms forward and bring your forehead down, sitting all the way back towards your heels. From here, we're just going to walk the hands over to the right side. So bringing the left hand on top of the right hand, bringing your forehead back down and just keeping the hips right where they are. And then you can walk your hands back through to the center, over to the other side, bringing your right hand on top of your left hand, feeling that stretch a little bit more along the side of your body, the arms, the obliques. Coming back through to the center, staying here a few more breaths, starting to feel a nice gentle stretch inside the legs, a little bit in your hips. And then from here, you can take your time to walk your hands back, and we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So just doing a few rounds of cat-cow pose to stretch out your spine. So on your inhales, dropping your belly, lifting your tailbone up, look up. Exhale to round, lower back, upper back, round your shoulders. And moving through these two poses about 3 more times. Just kind of warming up your spine, your back. Moving with your breath. Last round. And we're just going to come to a neutral tabletop. Go ahead and tuck your toes, draw your shoulder blades apart, lift up through your core, and you're going to hover the knees up. So this is really going to get into your core a little bit more. Knees just maybe like an inch or half an inch off the ground. Deep breaths. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to press back into a downward facing dog, just stretching it out here. So making sure your fingertips are spread out to protect the wrists. Maybe heel toeing your feet a few times, walking your dog. Coming back to your breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to beast pose. So the knees are going to hover, shoulder blades apart, same place we were before, feeling it through your core. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop your knees down this time. We're going to come onto our forearms. So spreading out your hands, elbows just under your shoulders, and you're going to take one foot back, then the other, so a forearm plank. So maybe hips just up slightly, shoulders apart, and we're going to roll forward on our tiptoes so the shoulders come in front of the elbows, and then press back towards the heels. Just doing that a few times. Nice strong core. From here, we're coming to dolphin pose. So you're going to start to walk the feet forward. Relax your head and neck, chins towards your chest. It's a lot of work in the shoulders, so drawing the shoulders apart. Maybe staying here or coming forward onto the toes, pressing back on the heels about 5 or 6 times. And then when you're done, coming down to your hands and knees, child's pose variation, knees together, hands behind you to release your shoulders. And then we'll come up onto our hands and knees again, and we're going to come into a puppy pose. So stretching out our arms and shoulders a little bit more, keeping the hips up high over top of the knees. Reach the arms, and then bring the forehead down. And feel that nice stretch in your upper body, the back, upper back, shoulders and arms. Coming back to your breath. And then you can start to walk your hands back again. Tuck your toes. We're going to come back to, it's called beast pose. So hovering the knees, drawing the shoulders apart, lift up through the core for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come into downward facing dog. Stretch it out. From here, you can walk or step your feet up to your hands, coming to a forward fold. Lifting up through the hips, maybe a little bend in the knees. Spreading out the toes, grounding through your feet. We'll inhale to come to a half lift. So taking the hands to the shins, draw the shoulder blades apart, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper this time. Next inhale, make your way all the way up, either reaching the arms out to the side or forward. Lengthen, good, through the spine, extended mountain pose. From here, we're going to add a side stretch, so you can grab the left wrist, stretching up and over to the right side. Staying here a few breaths, reach, stretching out those side muscles a little bit deeper. And then back through to the center, you can grab the opposite wrist, inhale, exhale, up and over to the other side. Inhale to come back up through to the center. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to go through some sun salutation variations. So we'll come to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, making your way down. Moving with your breath. Inhale to come to that half lift. Exhale to bend your knees, plant your hands, stepping back to a plank. We're going to lower down nice and slow all the way to our stomach. Elbows hug the ribs. Coming into a locust pose. So hands behind you, palms down, lift up your chest, lift up the tops of your feet. Staying here, few deep breaths. Good, and then from here we'll make our way down, pressing up, reverse push up to a plank, and then into downward facing dog. Maybe stepping the feet in just a little bit for a downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath. And then you can bend your knees, look up to your hands, walk step, or maybe light hop, bringing the feet to the hands, coming into a half lift. Exhale to fold forward deeper. Next inhale, reach your arms either forward or to the side to lengthen through your spine, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll move through one more sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to bend your knees, plant your hands, coming to a plank. Rolling down nice and slow, your choice, either all the way to your stomach for the cobra or You can come to an up dog with the straight arms, drawing your shoulders back, look up. And then exhale, making your way back into a downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath. And then bending your knees, looking up to your hands. Walk, step, or hop, feet to hands, half lift. Inhale. Exhale, folding deeper. And then next inhale, reach, lengthen through your arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we'll take our hands, interlace them behind our back. Take your feet about medium width, maybe about the width of the mat. And then from here, we're just going to come to a forward fold. So folding forward, allowing your arms to come up, your shoulders to release as you're folding forward. Lifting up through your hips. Try not to sit back too much in the heels, so bring your body weight forward a little bit. Good, and then you can keep your hands interlaced, bend the knees a little bit, and then make your way all the way up. All right, very good. So from here, we're going to come into a chair pose, so bring your feet a little bit closer together, bending the knees, sit back, reach up, draw the shoulders back. Looking forward or even looking up a little bit. And then exhale, fold forward. We're going to step back to a plank, and then instead of going for vinyasa, we're just going to bring our hips up and back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to come to a three-legged down dog. So reach the right leg up, heels up towards the sky, stretch it out, spread out those fingers, and we're going to do a little bit of core work. So you're going to come forward on the left toe, bring the right knee to the nose, round the back a little, and then inhale, reach it back up. Lengthen, we're doing about 5 of these. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it out long. Exhale, knee to nose, coming forward a little bit. 2 more. On the last one, you're going to bring that foot all the way through between your hands. Good. We'll just pause here. Keep that back knee up, straighten through the back leg. Left hand down, right hand to right knee. We're going to add a twist, so look over that shoulder, and then reach the arm straight up. Yeah, good. So long straight line with the arms. Deep breath. And then you can bring that hand back down. We're going to drop the back knee down and back, coming into a half split pose, so walking your hands back. Squaring the hips, right hip back, left hip forward, folding forward towards the front knee, so getting that nice hamstring stretch. Good, and then we'll come forward again. Lift the back knee up. We're going to step back to a plank and then downward facing dog. So same thing on the other side. Left leg reaches up, stretch it out, spread out the fingers, really grounding through the hands and that foot. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Again, inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, coming forward on the right toe, rounding the back, knee to nose. Inhale, reach. 3 more. 2. Last one, bring your foot through. Good. Drop that back knee down and back. Take your right hand down, out wide, left hand to left knee. Good. Look over that shoulder, twist, and then reach up. Actually, tuck that back toe, lift that back knee up. So we're going to have this twist with our knee up. I think that's what we did on the other side. And then you can bring that hand down and then relax the leg down. All right, let's walk the hands back. We'll come into half splits pose. So your hips stay high. So you can bring the hips down if you want to, but generally for the pose, hips stay up high over the knee, folding forward towards that front knee. All right, one more deep breath. Then we're going to come forward, lift that back knee up, take a big step back, plank, and then downward facing dog. Deep breath. And then you can bend your knees, look up to your hands, walk, step, or hop, feet to hands. Half lift, fold forward, and then reach all the way up. All right, good. So go ahead, let's pause, take a little drink of water here if you have your water, and then we're going to kind of do a little standing Pilates work, a little leg work, and hip work, and balance work. Anything standing is kind of balance. All right, so we'll start kind of towards the front of our mat. We're going to keep our right leg grounded, hands to the hips, and we're going to step back. You want kind of like a stagger stance with your left foot, and then bring that right toe up to tap. And then step back, bring it up to tap. So you want to try to find your balance here because we're going to add on. So keeping that toe there just as a little tap, long step back. Once you feel comfortable, you can bring that leg all the way up. So knees in line with your hip, flexing that foot as you come up. We're going to do 10 of these. If you need to, you can just keep that tap. Because this is a big challenge for balance, especially when you're outdoors and you have the horizon, you have the wind. About 5 more. This also working out our hip. 3 more. 2. Last one, we're going to step it back, hold it here, feet a little bit staggered for balance, bend that back knee, and then extend it. So it's going to come down to almost touch and then extend about 10. Good. 9, 8, 7, 6. You should start to feel it burn. 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold the last one. So hold it here. Maybe reach the arms up. Option to just hold it or maybe come up onto that top toe for a little extra challenge for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, come forward, just shake it out. Very good. All right. So same thing on the other side. So grounding through the left leg. Feet are going to be a little bit staggered for balance. Maybe hands to your hips, step back, tap it up. Kind of just get your rhythm first. I kept my hands at my hip my last time, but if it helps, you can move your arms. And then when you're ready, we'll start to lift that leg up, keeping in line with the hip, flexing that foot about 10. Good. With control, so not worrying about doing it fast, but controlling it. We'll do about 5 more. 3, 2. Last one. Step that foot back. Hold it here. And we're going to bend that knee down and then extend it. We're doing 10. Good. 9, 8, 7. Nice and strong. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold that last one. Reach the arms up. Draw the shoulders back. Lengthen through your spine. Focus on either just staying here or maybe you lift that top heel up for 5, 4. Good. 3, 2, 1. Drop the heel down. Make your way up. Shake it out. Very good. All right. So from here, we're going to take our feet out medium width. We're going to do some goddess squats. So we'll just start out slow. We'll take our hands to our heart center. We're going to lower down. So you want those knees to come out to the side, kind of in line with the toes. Chest is lifted. Good. And then inhale, we'll reach our arms out and up as we come up. Exhale, press the palms together, lower down. So nice and slow as you lower down. Inhale, reach up. We'll do that about 5 times. Exhale, lower down, energetically pressing the knees out wide, keeping the chest lifted. Good. And then slowly reach up. Moving with your breath. So coming back to that yoga breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Let's do one more and hold it here. So just hold it, and we're going to pulse it. So we're going to pulse it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, hold that last one, come up onto one tiptoe, bring it down, then the other one, we're doing that for 10. So coming up nice and high, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 10 more pulses, either heels down or you can try with the heels up, finding the balance for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold that last one. Reach your arms up. Deep breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up. Yeah, shake it out. Good job. So we're going to stretch out. Probably your quads are burning a little bit, so we're going to stretch out the quads, kind of just moving through a dancer pose. Go ahead and grab a drink of water. So we're going to move through a dancer pose to a standing figure 4. So go ahead and ground through your left foot. Bring your right foot up. You're going to grab the big toe side of that right foot. Already kind of stretching out the quad. From here, other arm can come up and then start to hinge forward, softening the standing leg. Maybe just holding it here. If you want to go deeper, pressing the foot into the hand. One more breath, and then make your way up. Good, and then we're just the same leg that was behind you. We're going to do standing figure 4, so hands to your heart center. Take the ankle above the knee, and then you're going to lower down kind of like into a seat, stretching out the hip, also working on our balance. Good. Make your way back up, release, shake it out. Same thing on the other side, so grounding through the other leg. Starting out with just the basic quad stretch. Maybe you stay here, grabbing the big toe side. If you want to go further, reaching the arm up, coming forward, soften that standing leg, pressing the foot into the hand to open up the quad a little bit as you slowly start to hinge. One or two more deep breaths. And then slowly make your way up, release, and we'll come to that figure 4 stretch. So bring the ankle above the knee, maybe hands at your heart center just to help you focus. Just maybe focusing your eyes on the ground in front of you, something that's not moving. You lower down. Good, and then you can press yourself back up, shake it out. Good job. All right, so we're done with most of the standing work. We're going to make our way down again. So let's come to the back of our mat. We're going to roll down and walk out to a plank. So just taking your time to roll down, coming to a forward fold, and then walk your hands out, coming to a plank. So from here, we're going to do push-ups, option to come down to your knees. So unless, you do push-ups regularly, I'm coming down to my knees. So we're going to do 4 tricep push-ups slow. Elbows hug your ribs, kind of like a chaturanga for 4. 3, 2, last one, hold it down and pulse it for 4. 3, 2, 1. We're going to sit back child's pose. We're going to do a few more sets, but now you know it's coming, right? All right, we're going to make our way back up. This time, hands out wide, so chest push-ups either on your knees or you can come up to a plank, but only if you can do really good ones on a plank. So elbows come out to the side. Let's do 4 slow for 4. 3, 2, slower can be harder. 1, hold it there and pulse it for 4. 3, 2, 1, sit back, child's pose. Okay, we're going to do 2 more sets. Make your way back up, hands under your shoulders, tricep. That means elbows go straight back, either on the knees or on the toes. For 4 slow, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down, pulse it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back, child's pose. Maybe just hold it in position. That's fine too. All right, so last set. Hands out wide, so elbows come out wide, either on the knees or maybe up on the toes for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, pulse it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a child's pose. Good job. All right, let's come to a seat. Let's come into a butterfly pose. So just bringing the feet together, heels in towards you, stretching the hips, the inner thighs here. Draw the shoulders back, just coming back to your yoga breath, hinging forward. Lengthen through your spine to start with. Maybe spend a few breaths there, and then you can round the shoulders, round the back, coming down lower. Slowly start to make your way back up. All right, we're going to keep the feet in front of us, bending our knees, and we're going to do crunches. So lifting the feet up, option to have your hands behind your back, and we're going to straighten the knees and come up, or option to keep those arms out in front of you. Good. We're doing about 10 more from here. So 10, 9, 8, 7, energy through the arms, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, just hug your knees into your chest. All right, so from here we're going to work the arms just a little bit more, taking the hands behind your back, doing tricep push-ups. So you're going to flex the feet, heels come down. So we're just going to start out with like a little warm-up. So we're going to keep our hips down, elbows go straight back. So option, you can stay like this, but if you can, lift the hips up. Same thing, lower and raise, elbow straight back. Good. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can bring the hips down. We're going to do 10 more, this time either on your toes with the hips up, or you can keep your hips down. So whenever you're ready, come up and lower, up and down for 10, 9, 8, good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's stretch it out. So we're going to stretch out the hips, the legs, the arms. So it doesn't matter which side you start with, but you're going to cross one leg over the other. So what you want to do, some people you want to keep your hips down. Some people might have their knee up high, but we're going to work towards stacking the knees. So if possible, that'll get deeper into your hips. So work towards stacking the knees, but if you're here, that's fine. If you take the feet, bring them in closer, that's going to be like less work for your hips. Try pressing the feet away a little bit and notice it gets a little bit harder, right? All right, from here, let's stretch out the arm and the tricep. So whatever knee's on top, take that opposite arm across. Draw the shoulder down, reach it. So we'll all kind of use it different sides, but whatever knee's on top, opposite arm. And then we'll bring that arm straight up, bend it back, elbow straight up to the sky, other hand comes back. So if your fingertips can touch, great. If they can't, no worries. You want to keep everything open. So you don't want to round the shoulders, round down. You want to open up through the chest. Feeling that stretch in the arm, the tricep that we just worked. Drawing the shoulders, opening up the shoulders. Deep breaths. Then you can release from here, and we're going to add a little twist. So again, whatever knee's on top, take the opposite arm to that knee, and then we're just going to twist looking over our shoulder. So opposite hand to opposite knee. All right, good. And then come back through to the center. All right, just for fun, we're going to do a kind of a fun transition. So it might look tricky, but it's not that tricky. So you're going to bring the feet up. Whatever knee's on top, you're going to, or that's natural, you're going to open up, keeping the feet down. And then as you turn, you'll naturally, the other knee will be on top. I know. Or you can just go like this. Yeah, so basically the feet are all staying the same, and it's just kind of switching knees. It's just for fun. Same thing, set yourself up. Both sit bones down, so you don't want one hip lifted, you want one hip down. Maybe start out bringing the heels in towards you and then walk the feet away. Just noticing how this side feels compared to the other side. And then whatever knee's on top, take the opposite arm across. Making sure you're doing the opposite side that you did before. If it's not, just go ahead and switch it. Yeah, you two are the same. Yeah. And then we'll bring the arm up, bend the elbows up towards the sky, other hand behind your back. Most important, just opening the chest. Doesn't matter if your fingertips can reach. 5 deep breaths. One more deep breath. And then you can release your arms. And we're going to take opposite hand to opposite knee for the twist. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, looking over the shoulder. And then you can come back through to the center, uncross your legs, just kind of shake them out. All right. Maybe grab a drink of water, and then we're going to come onto our side. So it doesn't matter what side you start with. So just starting with the side, maybe you can see what we're doing the best, and then we'll switch to the other side. All right, so we're going to start out with our hands and our head. That bottom knee will be bent a little bit. The top leg will be straight. You want to make sure your hips are straight. You don't want to roll forward or roll back. That hand can be down for balance. And we're just going to raise and lower that top leg about 15 times, pointing the toe. So you want to think energy like someone's pulling your toe out. Energy's reaching outward, finding length. Starting to feel it as we do more, feeling it in the hip. Engaging the whole leg with pointing the toe. We'll do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we're just going to hold that leg straight out, and we're going to start to move in circles. We're doing 10 circles in one direction. Again, trying to keep that hip straight without rolling forward and back. 3 more circles in this direction, and then you can go ahead and switch about 10 or so in the other direction. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll just take a little break, just grabbing the ankle, a little bit of a quad stretch, bringing the heel towards your glute. All right, from here you can keep the knees kind of in line, bringing them forward a little bit. And we're going to do kind of it's called a clamshell. So you're imagining the clamshell opening up and then closing. So as you open up, that foot can kind of slide up a little bit, and then it comes back down. You'll start to, we'll do probably about 20 of these. Start to feel it in your hip, your inner leg. About halfway there. Five more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. From here, before we go to the other side, just roll onto your stomach. We're just going to kind of do a little bit of back work, back strengthening work. So take your hands to your forehead to your hands, and we're just going to lift the upper body, elbows out wide about 10 times. I think we did this last week. So not going up super high. You're keeping your stomach down, your hips are down, your ribs are down. Just small movements. Your spine's in line. We'll do 5 more. 3, 2, 1. You can keep your forehead on your hands and just start to lift your legs up. So lower body up and down for about 10. Keeping the hips grounded down. Again, not having to go super high. You're just strengthening the upper back and the lower back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can just lie here on your stomach for a few breaths. And then we're going to reach our arms out in front of us, and we're going to do 5, doing the arms and legs at the same time. So inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, lower down. 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Pause on when you're up, holding it an extra second. 2 more. And last one. All right, good. And then from here, we'll roll onto our other side and just do that side work on your other side. So either just rolling over, or I'm going to kind of flip so that I can see you. So head's in your hand. Bottom knees bent a little bit for stability. You can maybe put your hand on your side, making sure you're not rolling forward and back. And whenever you're ready, point the toe, raise and lower that leg. About 15 to 20 of these. Energy's reaching out through the legs, so it's reaching up and out. Keeping it engaged. About halfway through. Four more. 3, 2, last one. Just hold it out long and start to do the circles. So just like medium circles, doesn't matter which direction you start in. We're doing about 10. Only moving your leg, trying to keep the rest of your body still. And then when you're ready, you can switch, moving in the opposite direction. Five more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your ankle. We'll just take a little quad stretch. And then we're going to do the clamshell. So knees together, bring them forward a little bit, and then you're going to lift that knee up, lower it back down. We're doing about 20, keeping the feet together so that toe can slide up a little bit, but your feet are staying together. Feeling it in the hip, the inner legs. About halfway. Five more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's roll onto our stomach. So we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So drawing the shoulders back, elbows under your shoulders, shoulders away from your ears, just nice lower back stretch. From here, it doesn't matter which side, so you can take one hand kind of at a little bit of a diagonal across and bend the opposite knee, reach your hand back for the top of that foot or the ankle, and you're just pulling the heel in towards the glute just to stretch out the quad a little bit deeper. Yeah. And then you can go ahead, release. We'll switch sides so the other forearm can kind of come across at a little bit of a diagonal, bend the other knee, reach back, pressing the other heel in towards the glute. Good, and then go ahead and release. All right, from here we're gonna make our way into downward facing dog. So if you want, you can kind of flip over. We're just gonna come into down dog just to kind of stretch it out a little bit and set up for pigeon pose. So from here, reach that right leg up, three-legged down dog. Heel up towards the sky, and then bring the right knee behind the right wrist, right foot over to the left to set up for pigeon pose. Back knee back. Good. And then draw the shoulders back, lengthen through your spine. We're going to come to an upright pigeon to start with. A few breaths. And then you can make your way down to your forearms for a resting pigeon. Either just stay on your forearms or you can stretch the arms out long, bring your forehead down. But we're going to hold this pose between 1 and 2 minutes, so holding it a little bit longer. Start to allow the muscles to release and relax into the pose. So try not to tense up. You want to allow yourself to kind of just let go. Checking in, making sure you're not scrunching up your face. Your body's just softening. One or two more deep breaths. And then you can walk your hands back, making your way up. Tuck your back toe. We're going to try to come out into a three-legged down dog, trying to reach that leg up, and then maybe doing a few hip circles. If you want to, coming down to a regular down dog, maybe doing a few circles from there, stretching it out a little bit. And then we'll set up for the other side. So bringing the left leg up, heels up towards the sky, and then coming forward, left knee behind left wrist, back knee back. Coming to that upright pigeon first, lengthen through your spine. A few breaths here. And then you can make your way down, maybe pausing on your forearm, staying here, or even reaching out long. Settling in, just kind of noticing how this side feels compared to the other side. Consciously telling your body to relax, release, and let go. About 2 or 3 more deep breaths. And then you can slowly start to make your way up, just taking your time, maybe tucking your back toe. Option to try to come up into that 3-legged down dog. And maybe a regular down dog, or just doing a few hip circles, stretching it out. And then you can come down to your hands and knees, come to a seat. We'll take maybe one more drink of water before we make our way onto our back. And then when you're ready, just making your way onto your back, we're going to do a little bit of core, so a little bit of abs, a little bit of glutes, and then back a little bit more core. So just hug your knees into your chest and maybe rock side to side a few times. All right, then from here we're going to bring our knees to a tabletop. So knees are in line with the hips, hands are going to come behind our back, elbows out wide, and we're going to do 10 crunches here. So inhale, exhale, lift up, crunch, inhale, make your way back down. So just moving through these slow, exhale, come up, pause at the top, feel that shake in your inner abs. Elbows stay out wide, lifting the shoulders up high. We'll do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to keep your knees at a tabletop. You can relax your head down, hands by your side. This time, just lower body. So inhale, exhale, straighten your legs. Inhale, bring the knees back to a tabletop over your hips. Exhale, straighten your legs. We're doing 10 of these. So feeling it more in your lower abs. Feet kind of coming out to about 45 degrees. We'll do 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right, good. Hug the knees into your chest. And then we're going to bring the feet straight up to the sky. And we're going to do side crunches. So working our obliques, you're going to reach the arms forward, lift the shoulders up, and we're going to kind of reach and pull like you're pulling on a rope. So reach to your right, pull it back, reach to your left, pulling it back. So doing that little side crunch as you reach and pull, shoulders stay up nice and high to really get into the abs. Option to put a little bend in your knees if that feels better for your back. We'll do 10 more. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Just hug your knees into your chest. You can bring your feet down. We'll set up for a bridge, so heels in towards you. Feet about hips distance apart. Press your palms into the mat. Lift your hips up. Kind of squeeze the glutes a little at the top, and then lower your hips down to hover. We're doing about 10 of these, just moving at your own pace. Squeezing the inner thighs towards each other just to keep the knees parallel. About 4 more. After your last one, you're going to hold it up there, so holding up into the bridge, and we're going to march the feet. So one knee is going to come up to a tabletop, knee over the hip, foot flexed, and then bring it back down. And then the other. So hips stay high, trying to keep the hips in line. We're doing about 10 of these. So 5 on each side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, stay on the bridge, and we're going to pulse it. So just little pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up here, come up onto the tippy toes, 10 more pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels down and then lower down all the way, taking your feet out wide and dropping both knees to one side and then to the other. All right, we're going to do one more set of abs before we're done. So we're going to start out a single leg stretch. So you're going to bring the knees to a tabletop, lift the shoulders up, both hands to one leg, straighten the other one. We'll start out super slow, and then we'll switch. So you're going to move faster. The only thing moving is your legs, your core staying the same, shoulders staying up high. Good. From here, we'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take your hands behind your head. We're going to start to twist, moving into bicycle crunches. This time, adding that twist, elbow to knee. Good. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, you're going to straighten one leg, straighten both legs. One leg comes in towards you. You're going to pulse, pulse, and then switch. Pulse, pulse. All right, keeping the shoulders up, getting a nice little stretch, pointing the toes, energy through the legs, little scissor kicks, exhaling through the mouth. Bring those shoulders up a little bit more. We'll do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hug the knees in towards your chest. All right, we're going to finish with happy baby pose. So a little stretch, reaching for the outsides of your feet, taking the knees out wide, maybe rocking side to side a few times. From here, maybe straightening one leg, bending the other knee in. So just stretching it out. And then you can switch sides. And then from here, bring both feet in together. We're going to bring the feet down into a lying down butterfly stretch. So let the knees just relax to the side. From here, maybe taking one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest, and just Kind of notice the rise and fall of your breath, starting to just come back to a normal, regular breath. Letting your body relax. Option to stay here, or you can straighten the legs coming into a Shavasana. Maybe your hands stay at your belly near your chest, or you can just bring your hands down by your side. Scanning your body, just noticing if you have any tension left. Noticing where that tension is and trying to just consciously release and relax that area. And then from here, take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Complete exhale out through your mouth. Start to roll out your ankles, roll out your wrists. Bend your knees, reach your arms up overhead, stretching it out. And then you can roll onto one side, just pausing there on your side for a breath or two. And then slowly making your way all the way up to a seat. And then we'll just finish by bringing our hands to our heart center, taking one more deep inhale to reach our arms out and up. Exhale to bring your hands back down, taking a moment just to feel a sense of gratitude from the practice, from the beautiful evening, and just allowing the positive energy that you feel from class to be a benefit to yourself and the people around you throughout the evening and throughout the day tomorrow. Namaste. All right, great job, guys. You made it. Very good.